So no, I didn't post the View update back in mid-March like I promised.
No!
And there were two reasons for that. One, I had like 3-4 other videos already in the pipeline which were recorded, ready to edit and ready to post before then. If you're not subscribed to the channel and haven't seen them, now's your chance. The second reason is their update made me sad. Hands up if in the last video you guessed right and we wouldn't be hitting our March 2018 mass production date.
I know the answer to this question. Raise your hand.
Anybody? Anyone?
So with that being said, it's not a massive one, but let's get into update number 26 for the backers of View glasses. So starting off, they've said, welcome to another View update. As noted in February, we reconvened with our factories in early March after Chinese New Year ended. We immediately assessed how prepared we were for production. This work included meeting with factories, going over molds, testing electronics, and making some adjustments to production schedules. So firstly, most importantly, timelines. As we've already sadly confirmed, March 2018, it's already come and gone, so we know we're not receiving them then. New estimated timeline for shipping is June 2018. June. So it's not as massive delay as it probably could have been, but you know, it ain't much. However, they do go on to say the reason for this delay is due to their electronic suppliers. So in the past we've talked about their SMTs, their surface mounting technology, which produces their PCBs, the printed circuit boards. As well, in previous videos we'd seen them start to receive all of the components to their office, which would then be used for mass production. And before they went for mass production, we've talked about that they would go through some small amount of testing to make sure that there was nothing wrong with these components. What I'd actually found with their printed circuit boards, the factory which was producing them had actually changed their supplier of the parts they used to make the printed circuit boards without telling View, most likely in an effort to reduce their own costs as a factory. And in doing so, in saving their costs, they reduced the quality of the materials which are used to make the printed circuit boards, which therefore led to a decline in yield rate when View were doing their testing. Basically, more and more of the printed circuit boards they were testing weren't working the first time. Now, as bad as it is that the product is being delayed, it's probably good, one, that they're doing this testing. It doesn't seem like something that most companies would normally do. They would just go, here are the parts, let's send them to the factory. So it's good they do this testing, but also the fact that we found out at this early stage before they actually go into a product which is shipped to us, and we would just complain that it doesn't work. So to get around this, they have now cut ties with that individual factory, tried to go back to an original supplier they were speaking to, who kind of saw it as an opportunity to say, oh, you've come crawling back, we can do business for twice the price.
$1 million.
They're not going to do that either. So the update goes on to say how View have been touring 2 additional factories and have made a decision to use one of them as their new PCB supplier. Basically, the process to start from scratch for this will take around 22 days for them to get up and running to start producing the components again, hence the delay. The next section they go on to talk about injection molding. Basically, with this added delay, although it sucks, it has given them some additional time to work out some of the cosmetic issues they were having with the injection molding. So obviously in a previous video we looked at the T0s, how there are issues with the trendy shaped glasses coming out of the mold. They were like snapping and bending because they weren't quite the right size, which they went ahead and fixed in the T1. However, there's still some issues with the T1 in that after cooling down, we can see in this picture they were getting small dimples just where it was resting inside the injection molding, I guess. To get around this, they've said to remove the dimples, we've changed the pressure gradient across each molding inlet to ensure that the pressure near the shrinkage area was increased. You can also see here from the very first version, the T0s, some other cosmetic issues which were seen, which again, they've got more time to resolve now. They've said, we also attempted to reduce the marks of the molding equipment left on the frames. So then we've got a picture of the T1s here, where they've said the visibility of these markings on the C1 samples was reduced, but not eliminated. In the image, you can see these faint markings. We'll now proceed with creating T2 samples that will completely remove these blemishes. Thankfully, these adjustments are cosmetic rather than mechanical, so the adjustments are done quickly and don't require any large-scale redesigns that might impact other parts of the device. The next section is on the charging case. Won't spend too much time on this because I don't feel like it's the most interesting element of this product. They were due to receive the first samples of the charging case. Again, it would be the T0 version of this, but they've elected to push it back due to some design things that they weren't quite happy with, namely the magnet which keeps the case together. You can see in the GIF here, if you shake the case a little bit, comes open just a little bit too easy. Understandably, if people aren't like me and they don't wear their glasses all the time and going to be traveling with them in a case, this might be something they would be concerned about, with them falling out and then getting scratched, getting lost, getting broken. So they haven't said exactly what they've done, but there's another GIF here just to show the adjustments that they've made on their prototype have fixed this issue before they go for T0 production. And I guess it's always nice to see a video instead of just a picture, so here's a 16-second video of the glasses case. The next section is testing, and they finally got into something that we've been talking about for months now. Not quite in the detail that we kind of want to see it, but they're talking about leakage. So not so much from a music perspective and how much audio leaks out of the device, but more in the onboard notifications. So in this case, it would be like daily activity, where it reads how many steps you've done, how many calories you've burnt, how many stairs you've walked, so on and so forth. So they're trying to decide on the default volume for this onboard notification. There's a video where they test it out here. Basically, they're saying that they want to test it in a normal kind of office environment, which I've said a normal office environment is around 60 decibels, and then for every 10 decibel increase is actually a double in volume. So for example, 60 decibels is the volume of an average office, whereas 70 decibels would be something like a vacuum cleaner. So in the video they've got here, there's a decibel meter in the foreground. They are in just a normal office. She double taps on the glasses so that she gets that activity notification, and you can see on the decibel meter that the reading doesn't actually increase.
1, 2, 3.
All well and good, but I think I'm not alone when I say we just literally want to hear music playing from the glasses with the decibel meter next to it to see if the audio leaks out or not. Hopefully I'm not alone in saying that, so if you agree, drop a comment down below. And that's about it. The last two parts of the update just say if you wanted to follow them on Instagram, view_glasses. They've started to post Instagram stories of the behind the scenes stuff, so the production stuff they're doing in the office, so that you can get more regular updates than their monthly updates to the Kickstarter website, or being read by yours truly. Last important point for anyone who's ordered prescription glasses, obviously with the delays that have been experienced, if you think your prescription has changed from the time you ordered to now, if you need to get that change in, the hard stop for this will be the 13th of April. So if you do have an updated prescription, you need to get those values and email them over at support@enjoyview.com. So what I'd like to do is turn this into more of a conversation, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about another delay being added on top of this project? Does it annoy you that the project's been delayed again? Are you happy that, alright, a delay is a bad thing, but do you not mind too much because further delays give them the opportunity to increase the overall quality? Again, reading through the comments on the update, it seems like people, are a little bit disappointed. But compared to other Indiegogo and Kickstarter projects, it seems like people are just happy to receive a detailed update every month. If you enjoyed this video, remember to drop it a like. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to the channel. And as always, I shall see you in the next one.